My name is Maurizio. Like Wendy said, I'm Italian, so I have an accent. It's, for the business only, for the purpose of selling. But, well, we thank Cercan for organizing the event and all of you, of course, for coming. As an introduction to the company, SICIS, it's a relatively young company. It was founded in 1987 by a group of people that had brilliant ideas. The company is based in Italy, in Ravenna, which is a smaller city that is known in the art mosaic world because it's kind of like a little capital for the mosaic making. And the company started with marble, which is commonly known for mosaic, and introduced slowly after collections of glass. So glass is a very important part of the company's communication and product development, if we say. From the beginning, the very first collection of SICIS, Murano Smalto, was created actually in Murano, the little island off of Venice. I explained to some of you before, in person, meetings. And of course, Murano industrially is not a place that allows for communication, etc. So the company was moved to Ravenna, and we were able to combine this synergy. Ravenna has 5 UNESCO Patrimony sites and 14 installations that are recognized worldwide as protected for mosaics, because it's been the capital of the Roman Empire when the capital was in Constantinople at the time, so in Istanbul, today's Istanbul. So basically there's history, so there's places, it's a wonderful place to visit. All of you, if they go to Italy, they're welcome to visit the company too. And from this picture you see, we try to give just a few hints, and then Julio will go more into the glass design details with the, a CU presentation that is very interesting, even for culture, personal culture. But here you see mosaics, you see vetrite, which is actually a patented product, these glass panels that are 4 by 9 feet long, and they could be even longer eventually. And we introduced in 2016, and today we count on over 150 different patterns that are incredibly interesting. And you see sections of vetrite in some areas, sections of glass mosaics, but you also see a line of furnitures that are also supplied by the company with mosaic inspirations. There's a pattern, a couple of patterns in the showroom with these diamond shapes. We do fabrics, so the company in the years expanded, doing lighting, doing furnitures, doing jewelry also. So, and it's incredibly versatile with projects, so with people that are creative like you guys today. So I'm gonna slide through. So I'll make it brief, and again, if you have questions, please ask it. So the Art Mosaic Factory is how the company is called, because they brought back, and that's kind of the mission of the company, to bring the splendor of the artistic mosaic of our history in the modern architecture. So in a modernized, in a more conceptual, modern way. The SICIS Home Collection is the line of furnitures. Contract is because combining all the skills that the company acquired through the years, the company is also able to provide tailor-made projects, including all the surfaces. So including the fabrics, including furnitures, a lot of the details we're used to work on. So we start, of course, simply from surfaces and all the glass surfaces and jewels, which is another artistic mosaic technique where you're able to combine glass, but also gems, diamonds, very precious things in beautiful jewelry, watches, whatever it could be. This is another example of an installation where we use glass, because glass can be translucent. So we have a lot of opportunities for both mosaics or these large panels we call vetrite. You see the whole panel over here of colors. Of a bar that we actually introduced at Salone del Mobile, I think it was in 2019, if I'm not mistaken. And this was used in many other projects as it is. So you like a concept, we can replicate the concept in a smaller scale, or feature like some areas of the project. You see the glass bar is made with micro mosaic. This is our diamond collection, which we have a sample in the showroom. These are our vetrite panels that can be hung because we have an LED system also that we provide. So a lot of the color options, if you see this board over here, from gem glass going down, going south, so gem, side, and only gem, those can all be backlit. So there's a lot of options for the glass to be opalescent, we call it, and so the opportunity to use also a backlight system to make on-off and change the look in multiple ways. The history is what I said before. The company, again, we have a line of door handles. This is an example of a door that is all made with platinum, with thin stripes. We have a collection called Fiber, which resembles that. But this is completely handmade. So this is a $100,000 door. It's not for everyone, of course, but there's options for and what the company is great at is basically being able to play with budgets according to our needs. Of course, we have thresholds, but this is the company. It's here, if you go to Ravenna in this field, sometimes there's mosaic made bunnies. So all the trees are covered with mosaics. The outside of the building has mosaic. And if you go inside, the first time when I was hired, I was mesmerized because you have the comics. You walk through, basically everyone it looks like art. And it's what all these bows are covered with mosaics that you see around the perimeter. This is the size of the company today is 85,000 square meters, so it's about 1 million square feet, if I'm not mistaken, approximately. The people working for the factory. But one thing I was pointed in, Julio was pointing out today, because I worked here for a couple of years and then I moved to the States. But this is the actual office building, and this is actually our artist area, which is the same size of the building. I'm saying that because this helps you understanding also the scale of how we can do artistic mosaics and how we operate. So it's not a small, craftsmanship design studio. It's a bigger company that acts really fast, even in delivering projects. So the 4 lines, I said textiles, a lot are inspired by mosaics. So you can combine looks, fabrics with mosaics that are looking the same. We have a line of furniture. This was in our Next Art introduction, sometimes featuring a design branded or design signed collections, and jewelry. Yeah, you see, this is the art mosaic. This is micro mosaic. You see the dimension of those. We use those especially for door handles, for details that cannot be reproduced otherwise. We can do a paysage this size, and it could be taking many days of work, and it could be a $40,000 piece. So, but you can tell how detailed and how long it would take to create such a detailed type of work. Something you see in the jewelry. So again, as I said before, the mission is to bring this to the future. A lot of the furnitures of the company, it's creating moods. So you can actually design with the company from the floor with these water jet patterns, with decorative wall, a mirror that is also decorated with mosaic, a fixture, light fixtures from the floor, a table that is also a design with mosaic. So it's or a more simple sofa, a chair that is more what we're used to see from a high-end company that produces design, if you wish. There's stores worldwide of SICIS. There's New York as well, where Julio's based. And of course, we have a lot of partners like Cercan, where we're able to display our products because it's almost impossible to create a flagship store everywhere. So we have flagship partners we like to work with, and we were able today to put together like a very nice display of products thanks to the efforts these guys made. This is another example where you see the fabric that it's reproduced like with textiles on the wall and an art couture mosaic on the wall. So it's mosaic. A lot of people, I just want to close with this. They think mosaic is a mean of communication in a way. So some people think about mosaics are, those patterns combining stone, glass, transparent. Like the glass produced by this company is very valuable when you see like a single pieces. They're produced with like mixes of minerals that are different for every single color. That's why the colors are so beautiful. And if you take a color itself alone as just a plain color, it creates like a beautiful like environment already by itself. And mosaic, can be brought into like swimming pools, into like decorative areas, and it could also be like a painting in the house. So it could even be framed as a portrait, and we do portraits indeed. This is another like art couture, which is like an abstract, but with these like movements, resembling like kind of like life genes. Another example of like a lifestyle where you have furnitures and vetrite, there is water jet. So there's a lot of patterns that we can customize, but they're also available to inspire you if you guys are looking for those. Swimming pools, I said, there's a little board in the showroom when you go back for another drink, if you guys can. This is called paisley, and it's kind of like, it's in a pixelated, so there's different techniques for the mosaics to go together. And we show also the work in progress and the final resolution for like, styles are different. This could be all blue. The paisley could be just on the bottoms or just on the sides. So everyone can design freely. Even here, there's the light fixtures, the door handle, like everything is designed to play kind of like harmonically together. So that's kind of like what the company does. Vetrite is another, like, it's the extension of what it was our mosaic collection, and it goes into tiles and slabs. So of course the slabs are more impressive, people liking seamless. Yeah, there's also like there's a radius, if I'm not mistaken, is 8 inches like radius, like the arrow that we call it, and it can be bent. And for example, for applications like a parapet or like a stair, like in this case, a railing, this is like probably water jet cut. So there's ways that the glass can be fabricated, or they can be also fabricated in-house, or provided with specific features in between.
Those are glass panels?
These are all glass. You see a glass panel from our Gem Glass collection. And it's basically featuring like also the staircase with the railing, like the underneath railing. I'm missing some terms, so I guess it's railing, that one. I hope so. But this is another area where some panels are like opalescent, so they're backlit. You see like over here, some opalescent panels, so playing with the design, but they could all be opalescent, and you have different like dimmers, and you can change according to the way you like it. In this room, we see a table. So we can also make tables. There's a fabrication over here. When we do tables or like vanities, probably the thickness might be recommended to be a little thicker, like a ½ inch eventually. The finishing for edging, everything, we have a full manual, like there's a lot of explanation, and it can be used for floors. It can be used for like, see if I have other pictures over here. Tables, of course. Cabinetries. We were talking with someone before about like cabinetries. Feature walls, the Galaxy.
So basically what he's saying is the possibilities are endless. We can help you guys design furniture. We can help you do walls, bathrooms, tubs, everything. It's limitless.
Yeah. There's
to be supplying the furniture makers and in the kitchen with the tile that you could use while designing all the furniture. So our job as a Cercan is supplying you with the materials that you can then make it into whatever design you choose.
Yeah, you can create, or you can just use a lot of the actual creations the way like they represent your design best or your client's needs. These are parapets also. In this case, we use a thicker, like it has to be 18 millimeters by law. And you know, the building codes are different in every state, in America, but also going like in Canada. So depending on the building codes, the company can comply with, you know, the type of use we're doing.
Mannequin and Cercan tile window. And so that is the mannequin that's been completely hand clad in our studio in Ravenna. And that particular one is made with 24 karat gold lamina mosaic. So that particular mannequin in the window has a value of about like probably $40,000. So it's a very special piece that we have on loan to Cercan Tile for display. It just shows you how, let's say, how luxurious glass can be. Again, because we have so many luxurious components to our line, sometimes people like to think that, wow, they're very expensive. But no, we actually also manufacture very affordable glass as well, with very affordable entry points. We're very good at value engineering ourselves. So if there's something in one of our catalogs that you're looking at, that you've fallen in love with, or your client has fallen in love with, and it might be out of their budget, we're really good at changing the production technique, scale, detail, type of glass to replicate something similar to that, but at your client's budget.
If someone has a huge project, they have 4 weeks. Only it's one of these special projects that have to be done. Explain to them about the number of artisans you can bring in to finish a project.
Yeah, that's what makes us quite unique, because we're located in the historical mosaic capital of the world. Our studio, at any moment in time, we could have 20 workers, or we could have hundreds of mosaic artists working there at any given time. So this is, if you look at our portfolio of work, you're going to see lots and lots of commercial projects. And the reasons we're so successful in the commercial space is that we can meet commercial deadlines. So very often we get these projects, all handmade mosaics, very intricate. We can deliver those projects within 30 days from order to job site if we need to. And so this puts us in a very unique space, because there's not many companies in the world have access to this pool of talent right in our backyard. In our Ravenna campus, we actually train mosaic artists. Mosaic artists come to train with us. And so it also functions like a school and an academy. And so we're just very fortunate to have a lot of creative, talented people all in this small geographical area. And that's reflected in the richness of what we do and at the speed. That's why we call ourselves the Art Mosaic Factory. We pioneered the industrialization of art for meeting commercial deadlines.
I am fascinated by this. It's a handle.
It's a door handle.
It's a door handle. So I'd like to kind of discuss this. But everything you saw at our showroom can be converted into one, correct?
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can just speak a little about that. This is fascinating.
Yeah, so we have lots of these little accessory components in our line. And so what we do special with these kinds of objects is that the variety of choices you have to create custom pieces like that. So we have a large collection of all different kinds of designs, but you have 400 colors to choose from of the glass pieces, 900 colors of glass mosaic we can do endless types of custom designs and patterns and things like that. So what we do well is we allow designers to design. We give you lots of different options, and we do custom every day. So there's never a fee for us to do custom. It's always labor and materials. So we're very comfortable within that space, and there's no minimum order. You can just get one of these. You don't have to order. You can do one custom door handle. You have to buy 900 of them or anything like that. So we're very easy to work with in that sense. Yes. So this particular one is about 2,000, I would say. So for the
Depends
pair.
what it's made of.
Yeah, it depends on what, like this one has the 24 karat gold inlay mosaic. So it's on the higher end because of the Mosaic, small detail that's incorporated into it. Yeah, that's right. There's no minimum order for customization. And the reason we're able to do that, we manufacture everything in-house. And we have a huge color resolution. So for every project, you literally have 900 colors of glass to choose from. So it's easy to find a particular color, a particular shade. And so we can offer customization really quickly because most companies that do this kind of work, they have to outsource. They're buying the glass from other producers, whereas we do everything in-house, we're vertical. And so on our campus, we just have buildings just full of loose glass Mosaic chips. We have our warehouse has 4 million square feet of glass Mosaic in stock. So that's why we're able to do those quick turnaround times because the material is already made, ready to just apply and modify for your project.
So I'd like to thank Julio and Maurizio for coming and
Thank you.